Hi everyone, it's Mindy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to create colorful and festive birthday cards using some new products from Pretty Pink Posh. This release is filled with all sorts of birthday type or birthday themed products, and I am going to quickly walk through the release to show you the products, but I will provide a timestamp down in the video description to let you know when I'm going to start creating the card. So if you want to skip the release, you can head over to that timestamp. I'll also provide links to all the products that I'm using for my card down in that video description as well. The first thing I'm going to start off with is stencils. So this one is the layered garlands stencil. Mine is upside down in the packaging. I apologize about that, but it is a beautiful stencil. I'm going to use that in my card project today. Next, we have the layered birthday cake pops. So a really fun background. Then we have the paw prints. Now, this is just a one layer stencil, and I did a quick sample on some colored cardstock. Then we have the wavy stripes stencil. Again, this is a one layer stencil. So here's a quick look at it, but it can be used vertical or horizontal orientation. And then we have the cascading stars. Again, a one layer stencil, but a great stencil to have in your stash. Now, on to these stamps, we have the birthday icons. So, this one is just a small 3x4 stamp set. So, great if you want to add just some small elements to maybe some tags. Next, we have the upright greetings birthday. And this one again is great for using like on skinny tags if you want to do like an actual cake pop and put a tag on it. Then we have the birthday dogs and cats. A couple different cats on here, a couple different dogs with balloons and presents and some birthday themed sentiments. And then if you really want to customize your birthday cards, we have the number candles. Super cute set. I had a lot of fun coloring this one up. So of course it's got all the numbers that have a candle flame on the top, and it also coordinates with the alphabet candle. So this is a large set with coordinating dies that you can pick up separately. There is the large happy birthday. I will be using that sentiment on my project today, but there's also some smaller sentiments in there as well. Now we're going to move on to the dies, and I'm just going to show you the die set. And then at the end here, I'll show you kind of all of them die cut out. This first one is the birthday holder editions, meant to go with maybe a critter to be holding either a present or a cupcake. Then we also have the birthday cake pops. So the Valentine cake pops were super popular. Now we have some birthday cake pops, which I will be using this in my project today. We have the scallop flag tags. So this one you can have either tags on maybe like a popsicle stick or just to use on the front of your card. There is the Let's Party word die with a shadow layer. Then we have the fringe present. If you remember, there was a fringe heart last month. So this is the fringe present. Really fun to cut this out of different colors of cardstock. Then we have some shaker dies. This is the cake slice shaker, but you don't need to use it as a shaker. You can use it on its own. There's also a party hat shaker. It also has circles you can die cut out to add polka dots to your party hat. Then there is the streamer dies. This one is super fun, and I actually used it as a prop in my picture for my project today because it was so cute. This is the present shaker. So again, you can use it on its own or as a shaker element. I love the bows in that collection. And then this is the dog holder. It's going to create a cute little dog that can be holding different things like a sentiment or anything from the birthday holder editions set, like a present or a cupcake. And then this is the party flags. So this one can be used like if you're decorating on straws to kind of make a centerpiece for a birthday party. That'd be really cute. Or I think you can just trim them out and use the flags on its own. I think they're also really great for school sports that you can stamp different sentiments on there and give it to the student that is in a sport. And then here is a look at some of the die cut pieces I already had trimmed out. So I do the introduction videos over on the Pretty Pink Posh YouTube channel, where I kind of go into a little bit more in detail about the stamp sets, the dies, and how they work or different ideas you can use with them. So these are some of the pieces I already have die cut out. You can see there's the cute little dog, the party hat, the cake slice, the fringe present here, I just did out of one color cardstock, but again, would be really fun in maybe a rainbow assortment. and these adorable banners that I just love. And then also the flags. Again, you could put these maybe on pencils or straws, anything like that to have as a centerpiece or a party. I also think you could trim it off and just use the flag portion itself on its own. So now I am going to start creating my card. I have a piece of white cardstock that is cut to 6 by 6. I put a little bit of repositionable tape on the back to hold that down onto this glass mat that I have. And I'm going to start with the first layer of the stencil. So with Pretty Pink Posh, they do have their stencils labeled down in the bottom right-hand corner. It'll always say the name of the stencil and A, B, or C, or D if there's 4 layers to the stencil. So you always know which order to go in. With this one, this stencil, it doesn't really matter which order you go in. They're not going to overlap at all. So this is the layered garlands. I'm starting out with a light pink, which was strawberry milkshake from Tailored Expressions. I am going to take my rag and wipe up any excess ink from the edges so I don't transfer that into the next stencil. So I remove that first layer. I'm coming in with the second layer of the stencil. I'm holding everything down with washi tape or any type of low tack tape will work to hold that down. Or if you have your magnets, you can use that as well. Now I started at this layer with mint julep. And I really wasn't liking it. So I'm going to bring in kiwi and I'm just going to go right over the top. When I originally created my example, I did not write my colors down. So I was kind of just guessing. And even though I added kiwi over the top, I really liked that kiwi. It kind of had that nice, bright, vibrant green that I was looking for. Then I can bring in the last layer of the stencil, which is these banners. And for this layer, I'm going to use a teal, which is going to be confetti cake. Again, just holding that down with some washi tape, going over that with a blending brush. And this creates such a fun background. I really love this stencil. So I'm going to remove this last layer and then off screen, I will clean my stencils off with a rag and some rubbing alcohol. Now, this is the plan I had for my card front. I have the happy birthday, which is from the alphabet candles. And then I have a couple cake pops here that I already went ahead and assembled. I'm going to go right ahead and stamp my sentiment. So I just have a white piece of cardstock and I'm inking up the sentiment in some Versafine ink, just gently stamping that down because I don't want to squish my letters or distort them at all. And then this does have a coordinating die set. So I am going to line that up, hold that down with a low tack tape, run that through the die cut machine, and I will cut it about 2 more times out of that scratch cardstock that was left over. Layer it together with some liquid glue to just help add that dimension and also stability. I am going to trim this background down. I start by trimming off the very edges at first to get rid of that white space, but the end result is going to be trimming it down to 4 by 5 1/4, I think is what I did. Yes, pretty sure that's what I did. I had to stop the video and check because I couldn't remember. But I did trim that down so I can have a white border around the edge. I flipped the panel over and I am adding just a thin foam tape. So it's not a very thick depth to it, just enough to kind of add that little bit of oomph to my card front. I wanted to add some splatters to my background because I wanted this to be just a little bit more festive, maybe have some confetti in the background. And I am going to be using Distress Spritz. So this has a gorgeous shimmer to it in the distressed colors. I started off with Kitsch Flamingo, just picking that up with a paintbrush and splattering that down. Gave that a quick hit with my heat tool to dry it, then came in with a Salvaged Patina. Again, I hit that with my heat tool for just a few seconds. And now I'm coming in with Twisted Citron, which is a little deceiving because it doesn't look that great on my acrylic block, but it does come out as a nice, a vibrant green that matches the color of my background. Now I went one step further for more of a bold look in the background, and that is just using a black ink. I know that one can be scary for people, but I really like that small pop of black in the background. Then I'll go ahead and remove the backing from my foam tape and add this to a white card front that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now, as I bring this up closer, it's a little hard to see on camera, but I'm hoping you can see the shimmer that those splatters provide. I have my 2 cake pops that I want to add to the front over here in the corner. Now I'm just going to put a little dab of glue where the cake pop sticks overlap because I want to be able to just attach them both right away at once. So the cake pop that is furthest in the back is my birthday cake pop. And I'm adding some thin foam squares to that one. And then for the star cake pop, I am adding some kind of thicker foam squares. To me, they're a regular foam square because they're kind of thicker. And just by adding those two different, what do we want to call them, thicknesses of foam squares, it makes it nice and flush on the front of my card. I am adding regular foam squares to the end of my happy birthday sentiment, a little bit of liquid glue to right behind the B, and then I can attach this so it's just slightly overlapping my cake pop stick. And I have this sweet little cupcake. I think this was from the birthday holder editions. It was just so cute. I had to find a home for it on my card. Now, this is a birthday card, and I just could not help myself by adding some sparkle to this. So I am taking glossy accents and I'm adding that over the stars that are on the cupcake. And I'm also going to add it to the confetti pieces on my cake pops. And then I'm going to sprinkle over the top some rock candy glitter and just tap off any of the excess. So I have some nice, kind of small amounts or subtle amounts of sparkle. I did also do that with the candle flame as well. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a white gel pen and add some highlight marks to my cupcake and also my bow and then the cake pop. And so just by making those small little efforts to the front of our card, like the small splatters, the small amounts of glitter and glossy accents, and then the small amounts of the white gel pen, I think all add up to just really making this a fun and sparkly birthday card. Now, I think one of my favorite things is that birthday releases from companies are my favorite because I think they can be used throughout the year. They don't have to be just about birthday. They can be just for celebratory purposes like anniversaries or just an encouragement card. So, there are a lot of great products in this release. Be sure to check them out. I will have links to the entire release and also the supplies I'm using today linked down below in the video description and over on my blog. I hope you all enjoyed today's inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me today.